Hey, this is John Young with the Weekend Handyman. Today we're going to be looking at two robotic vacuum cleaners. We're going to be looking at the Shark Ion. This is the R85, which is a Wi-Fi connected robotic vacuum cleaner. And we're going to be comparing that to the Eufy, EUFY. This is the 11C robotic vacuum cleaner that we've done a lot of videos on. And today we're going to put it up against the Shark. Now first off, we've got a couple of small differences between the two. One is that the Eufy has three little sweepers on each side, where the Shark only has one. And you can definitely see that the Eufy has a much faster rotation on its little side sweepers than the Shark with its one particular sweep. Now both vacuums do kind of a random pattern as they're cleaning the floor. Well, they'll go into something, they'll kind of bounce and go left, go right. They just kind of randomly cover the floor. Now the Eufy is doing it just a touch bit faster than the Shark, although the Shark of course is moving around quite well. Once they detect something, they generally turn, occasionally bumping into things here and there. And of course, both vacuums can do carpeting, low pile carpeting. They can't do the shaggy carpeting. And then, of course, they can do more of a hard surface, like in this case, a laminate flooring. They'll be able to clean both of them equally well, which is really kind of neat to have a vacuum that can do both carpeting and hardwood or laminate floors. An additional difference is the dust collecting system. They're similar in many ways, but they're slightly different. The Eufy has a little bit smaller dust collection system than the Shark. The Shark has a little bit larger space for holding different debris and such. Now when we did this video, we just literally let it run across the floors and such, and we didn't do any cleaning up or dumping afterwards, so you could see exactly what it was able to pick up from a household with multiple pets and multiple children living in the house. Now let's flip this over and take a better look at the bottom side of both vacuums. Now with the Eufy, we've been using this one a little bit longer, and you can see that the little brushes are kind of bent to the side. That one's been in service for about 6 months now. The Shark was in service for about 2 to 3 weeks, and you can see there's a little bend to the brushes, but not, of course, as much as the Shark. Even though they're bent, they still work very well on both vacuums because they can still sweep in the dust and debris. The main little impellers here, the main little brush that we're seeing right here, can be easily removed on both machines and cleaned out. You're seeing the hair that has been collected. Now this was probably running 2 or 3 times around the house, and we have pets and people, and you're going to have hair that gets caught on these little brushes, and you just have to take them out and trim it off and clean it up, and you're ready to go. Now I'm going to take this outside and show you a little bit more about what it picks up and the cleaning and such. Let's take a look on the inside. Now this is the main holding area, which will fill up pretty quickly depending upon animals and how many people, what have you, are in your house. They do get dusty, and that's something, especially at this time of the year where we're in the winter heating season, there's a little bit more dust in the house. 2 different dust collection systems here. You see the different size in the filter. The filter on the Shark, which I'm touching right now, is a little bit smaller. It has the ability to pull that little filter out, and that's really what keeps the dust from being blown around the house. And you can see it's got quite a bit of dust inside that little filter. You can clean that out, vacuum it out with a shop vac, what have you, and then you're ready to go. And it can be replaced fairly easily. The Eufy one has a couple of different levels of filter. It has that little plastic type filter. It has a little foam filter, and then it has a paper filter. Now this has not been replaced in this one for probably about 3 months, and this vacuum runs a couple of times a week, so they need to be replaced, and it's just kind of a paper filter that you're seeing there under that foam. And we can put them all back together, and it's ready to go. And it's not I'm not putting it all back together because I want to show you to tip this up here and take a look at the area in which it sucks in, and that's where the debris goes into the reservoir there. And you can see the Shark has a little bit of a fin tooth that helps kind of keep things in so it doesn't fall back out of the machine while you're vacuuming. So my final thoughts with comparing the Shark to the Eufy robotic vacuum cleaners. Now the Eufy will get around an area a little bit quicker and it's bouncing back and forth. It also has this little sequence where it will go up to the side of something on occasion and kind of work its way around that obstacle. So if it runs up into a chair leg, let's say, not all the time, but sometimes, then it'll continue to try to work its way around it to really get a tight, close clean. The Shark doesn't do that. Now the Shark, on the other hand, doesn't get caught as much as the Eufy does. Now I'm specifically meaning like going under cabinets where there might be just enough clearance for the Eufy. The Shark, either because it's just slightly taller, won't get into some of those situations, but the Eufy will get caught under recliners, under the edge of recliners. The Shark doesn't do that. It doesn't get caught there. Basically, the only time the Shark was getting caught in our testing was if we left a cord down. If the kids had an extension cord that was out or a cord for a lamp or something, it would catch that and it would get stuck. Both machines would get stuck on those types of things. It's just that going under obstacles, it seems that the Shark was just a little bit better for going under a chair and getting back out again. Overall, I think both of them do a really nice job vacuuming. You can run one and then you can turn around and run the other, and it seems that they're continually able to pick up more dust and things as they continue to go over surfaces. That's just the kind of the nature of vacuums, is that as they go through, there's always a little bit more dust because vacuuming is not 100% science. But either one's going to be able to do the job for you depending upon what you want. We didn't look at any kind of apps with this particular video because a lot of people don't use the apps yet. Some do, and for those of you who do, you're probably going to be looking at the $400 to $500 ones, which have a much better app and can do a lot more with programming and setting it up for rooms and different things such as that. The final part that's different is that the Shark will actually use a magnetic barrier to keep it in a location. The Eufy does not have such a thing, so if you want to keep it in an area, you're almost going to have to barricade it into that area, so it will stay there and work that room. Both have spot clean, both have the ability to do some other kind of edges cleaning, what have you, but overall, barrier with the Shark, there isn't any barrier with the Eufy. We'll put links in the description below so you guys can go check out both the Eufy and the Shark, which are both running kind of on special here at the end of the year here in 2018, and will be in the first part of 2019 because they're both very popular robotic vacuum cleaners in the market. This is John Young with the Weekend Handyman.
For more tips and how-to videos, go to weekendhandyman.com.